Does the Daredevil mutation in Grounded protect you from critical fall damage? That is the myth we'll be looking at today, because the rumor is it will in fact leave you at 1 HP when falling from a height that would normally mortally wound you. To be honest, I've never used the Daredevil mutation in the nearly 400 hours I've played Grounded to date, so today I'll be learning the answer to this question just like you. Before we begin, make sure to click the subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you never miss any future Grounded videos. Let's get started. So for this Grounded Mythbusters video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at whether or not the Daredevil mutation does in fact prevent you from taking critical fall damage. The rumor is it will leave you at 1 HP. So what I've done is I've built this giant ramp up on top of the museum area that I have in my main survival world. And this will, when we jump off of here, it should critically wound us and we should have to respawn. So just to show, I've taken off all my armor. I have no mutations currently on. For some reason, hyper stamina's on here. I don't know if that's because I've used a bandage. I did use a bandage to heal myself up to make sure I'm at 100 HP. We have comfy hunger and comfy thirst from sleeping in a bed. So we're going to use a bandage real quick just to make sure we're at 100 HP. So as you can see, we're not doing anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to test out a couple different scenarios. We're going to jump without the Daredevil mutation at full health, see what happens. Most likely, I'm going to have to respawn. We're going to do the same jump up here with the Daredevil mutation on full health and see what happens there. Then we're going to jump with the Daredevil mutation and less than full health. And then we're going to dump with the Daredevil mutation and see if we can have it at 1 HP and see what happens there to see if it does in fact work 100% of the time or if there's only certain situations it worked. So I've set my respawn point just below me down here, so I should be safe. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump off here real quick and see what happens. Most likely Hoops is going to have to respawn. And as you can see, without the Daredevil mutation on from this height, we did in fact take critical damage. So we are at full health. We're going to use, let me go grab my backpack real quick. And I cannot fall from here because I will actually take damage. So let me go grab my backpack so I can get my bandages. I just want to make sure that I'm at full health and not taking any damage. Not that I'm at 100% full health. So we'll take this. I guess I should equip my... Let's equip the glider just so I don't have to keep jumping back up and down there. So test number 1 was no Daredevil mutation from a critical height. What would happen? So right now I've used the bandage. And you'll see I'm at 100%, we're at 100% health, and we are going to equip the Daredevil mutation, which is right here. You can buy the Daredevil mutation from Burgle for 5,000 raw science. I don't remember exactly. One of the chips you give him unlocks it, so I don't remember exactly what it was. I think it's one of the earlier ones. So now we're up here. We're at 100%. We have 100% health. We have the Daredevil mutation on, only the Daredevil mutation on, nothing else. And we do, in fact, have no armor on. Now let me check the status. Did the hyper stamina go away? So now we have Daredevil, fall defense, and we have regenerate health. So let's jump off of here, see what happens with the Daredevil mutation to see it should potentially keep us alive. And as you can see, we have 1 HP. So right now we are at 1 HP. We're still alive. Now you might be thinking it could be because of the regenerate. So what we're going to do is we're going to fully heal back up, repeat the same test without a bandage on, and then jump off just to show that if it actually does do it without the bandage. Okay, so I've healed myself all the way up. We have the Daredevil mutation on. We do not have the regenerate temporary effect. So we have Daredevil and fall defense on. I have nothing else equipped. I don't know why this hyper stamina is showing up here. I think it's a bug because I had the spider armor on earlier or something. I took the spider armor out of my inventory as well. So I have no idea why I still have hyper stamina. That's not going to affect anything anyway. So right now, the only thing we have on is Daredevil, and we have fall defense. And we are at max HP. So I just want to rule out that the bandage, because we had the bandage regeneration effect, that was what keeps us alive. So we're going to jump off real quick. Same exact spot, and we should have 1 HP left. And we do, in fact, have 1 HP left. So now what we're going to do is we're going to jump off of there because we're not going to be healing at all. We're going to jump off of there with 1 HP. And see if it does, in fact, keep us alive at 1 HP, or if it only works if we have more, like a certain amount of HP. So once again, we're back up here. We're just going to go check just to make sure. We have nothing else added on here. All we have is Daredevil. We are currently at 1 HP, and we're going to jump off and see if when you're at 1 HP, does Daredevil keep you at 1 HP, or do you have to have more than that in order to stay alive? So now we're going to jump off. Hit the same spot, hopefully. And as you can see, Daredevil did not protect us. So far, all we've seen was that Daredevil does work if you were at 100 HP and jump off. And we can just test that one more time real quick. Because what we're going to do, the last test we're going to do after this is going to be whether or not it actually keeps us alive when we are at partial HP, not full HP. So right now we're at full HP. We're going to jump down and get our backpack. It should keep us at 1 HP, and it did in fact. So Daredevil will keep you alive at 1 HP if and only if, so far, you're at full health. So now what we need to do is we need to jump off at, I'm going to do probably like 50% HP, maybe 75%. So we will heal up real quick and then give that a shot. So let me heal up a bunch real quick. Okay, so I've healed myself up. I have just under full HP. We're going to check our statuses again. All we have is Daredevil equipped. No temporary effects, so the bandages are no longer working. We're at probably like 98% HP. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump off of here and see if it does keep us alive when we're just slightly less than full HP. And as you can see, it did not. So what we've determined here is, yes, Daredevil will keep you at 1 HP, but it's not all the time. It only works in the exact situation where you have it equipped, jump from a height that would normally critically wound you, and you have full HP. If you're at 99% HP or down to anywhere between 1 and 99 HP, even if you have Daredevil equipped, you are still going to take critical fall damage. It does reduce the amount of fall damage that you take, so that definitely does, in fact, work. I did test that out a little bit. So jumping from different heights, if you do, in fact, jump from a height that would normally do like mostly critical damage or close to critical damage, but you have Daredevil on, it will save you a little bit of HP. So I would say, is it worth using? It's probably still not worth using. I mean, the only time I would even consider using it would be if I was in the hedge and I was up high and I didn't have a glider. But I pretty much always have at least one dandelion glider on me, if not two. So I don't see their need to ever actually use it currently. Maybe in the future, if they changed it to where it always kept you at 1 HP, no matter what your HP was before you fell, that might be more useful. But then again, you're probably always going to have a glider anyway. So I think that busts the myth. Yes, it does keep you at 1 HP, but only in that exact situation where you have full health before you fall from from too high that would critically wound you. Anything less than that does not work. So there you go. That'll help you, hopefully help you make a decision whether or not you want to use Daredevil. If you found this video helpful, make sure to click the like button and consider subscribing for more videos just like this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.